Have you ever just felt the urge to be an artist? It's like a canon event that you'll try and pick up drawing, photography, music, or something along those lines. And I'm no exception. I'm Asian, so of course I learned the piano, but I also took private art lessons as a kid, and I made art classes up until my drama teacher failed me in high school for being, well, a guy. Now I'm sure you're already familiar with my artistic prowess, but you're probably wondering why I'm learning 3D modeling. This isn't the AI waifu I promised after all. Well, not only will this be useful for future projects, but I just like 3D animations. And this is my project, so suck it. No, but seriously, an update for all of you YouTube frogs, I re-debuted J.A. Eisen, my AI VTuber, as erma-v. This has always been in the plans, and part of that is giving her a 3D animation for her debut. Except there was one problem. I know jack shit. I would be lying if I said this was truly my first experience 3D modeling, but those were years ago with Blockbench and whatever free version of Maya I had back in 2012. And quite frankly, whatever I do remember hardly transfers to Blender, which is what I'll be learning for Irma's debut. And I find it crazy that Blender is free. And I mean free, like $0, open source, you can only donate to us kind of free. And yet it's basically an industry staple. And so, at the start of 2025, I set my sights on Irma's debut. Oh my god, where did the time go? Actually, I know where the time went, but it's crazy half a year passed without even installing Blender. But hey, that's pretty normal. It may not seem like it, but I'm an overly ambitious guy who has a hard time starting things. Plus I was spending time getting Irma's final design, going back to school, and plugins. Ugh. But at some point, you gotta get the job done. And so after pulling a triple all-nighter to close out a 120-hour work week, this shit sucks. I gotta say, I may be used to burnout trying out a lot of things, but this one takes the cake. This isn't to diss Blender Guru, by the way. In fact, I've learned a lot from his other tutorials later on, but the donut tutorial is infamous for being an absolute slog. It's just tools, controls, donuts, 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 donuts. Fuck, I don't want to see another donut ever fucking again. I came in wanting to learn some basics to complete a beginner project, but only halfway through, I was just so fucking bored. The next day, I couldn't even bring myself to open Blender. It's like my cursor had a restraining order, and I came up with every excuse under the sun every single day to not get back on Blender. Literally 5 hours is all it took for any prospect of me learning Blender to get absolutely nuked. But hey, at least it's better than dropping $500 on the guitar after watching Gogeta rock. But at some point, you gotta get the job done. Honestly, I still hated the thought of opening Blender, but I would hate myself even more if I passed up January 5th as her debut date. Up until this point, no one really knew that I was working on erma-v, and most they were suspecting J.A. Eisen would make her come back. I might have leaked my phone number and IP a couple of times, but I kept Irma an extreme secret. I didn't want to risk ruining the secret that I've kept for this past year, but since I was running out of time and more importantly, content, I decided to try learning on stream, but with a twist. Here's the plan. On stream, I'm going to make an animation using 3 ideas spun from this wheel with options suggested by Twitch chat. I'm also adding my own idea, but my idea is only the environment, which is going to be a space scene. Now the plan is to spin my idea so I can work on my idea on stream. Except there's 13 other options on this wheel. So, first roll. Drum rolls, please. We've got guys, it's not rigged, I swear. But I'm him, so it was never an issue. On top of that, I need to also make a fish and Nero bread. Now I'm gonna be starting the timer from here, and I can already hear some of you typing, "That's cheating," in the comment section. But trust me when I say it's like I've never seen this program in my life. I do not know how to fucking import stuff, but we'll figure it out. Import STL. Okay, there we go. We have Nero bread. How do I move around in the scene again? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. What am I looking at? What is this thing? What's this life ring looking thing? It probably would have also helped if my scroll wheel wasn't broken. I would like to zoom in, please. My scroll wheel is broken. I cannot scroll in. Actually, I take that back. There is no helping my incompetence. To add a UV map, you need to first enter edit mode. Okay, first enter edit mode. And, what next? Oh, wait, do they mean the modeling? Select all, press U, and then smart UV object, maybe? If I hit unwrap, this is gonna unwrap it like, wait, did this work? I don't know if this worked. Texture paint. Oh, it worked. And then I can just start painting like this, right? Right? No? How the fuck do I paint? Okay, we can color now. Okay. And I should be able to color directly. Yes, I can color directly on the bread now. My PC is absolutely melting for some reason right now. We originally had 500,000 faces. 458,000 faces. Okay, what is... 0 brings it down to 52, but it looks like this. Where's this eye? This mesh is so messed up. Where the fuck is this polygon? Oh, is it in this corner? It's so messed up. No, bro, this is so messed up. Okay. All of this you're seeing is because these polygons don't exist in the mesh. No one can make this bad. Welcome to the Limit Can't Code channel. You must be new here. Keep it on her good side, okay? You put 2 cubes together and you get better results. I know. We're putting black mold on our bread. Oh god. It's so bad. You don't know the tech until you've hit black mold brush. Let me scroll out, please. I'm trying to scroll out. Oh my fucking god. No. I can't scroll out. I think up close, this looks like bread, right? With neural bread done, it's time to do something about the fish. Yeah. What? This isn't a fish, bro. This is a ball sack with a pair of eyes. Oh my god. No, we can't. Y'all send me the weirdest stuff, I swear. I got a Blaja shark instead, and now I can apply whatever I learned from Neurobread. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, no, this is hopeless. Nah, I am definitely doing something wrong. How the fuck do I import an image? Where is... No, fuck you. Image texture. Into base color. Yeah! Oh my god! I'm a genius. Let's fucking go. We have our shark. It's beautiful. I decided I had to at least make something from scratch this stream, so I decided to try making a space-themed skybox. Good on me for trying, I guess. I was trying to avoid straight up using tutorial vids to force myself to problem solve. But even with one, I was such a noob it was of no use. Stupid. I dragged the slider a little too far to the right, and my entire computer imploded. Oh, my computer is dying. Oh my god, yo! Look at this! Oh my god, that is cool. Yo! What am I looking at here? This is the scene. Object mode, modeling, object mode, sculpting, UV mapping, texture mapping, animation rendering. Maybe it's in rendering now. Oh, fuck, where would it be? You're right! Oh, I'm stupid! What the fuck is this? If I wake up to that, I'm going back to sleep forever. Oh my god, what have we done to it? Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Let's change it to that. I mean, it's a little bit... The shadows are just so aggressive. We're smearing away the black mold, okay? Trust me, it's safe. I've done it with my food before. I need to become the camera. I am the camera. I become the camera. I am the camera. I am the camera. Really, I wanted to challenge myself to understand what I was doing by problem solving on the spot. Except my ineptitude in combination with my 3rd grade reading comprehension meant I did absolutely nothing the right way. Not to mention, I barely knew how I even solved any of my problems, so I hadn't learned anything either. And you know what? These first 4 hours have been so much more productive, because I finally overcame the mental barrier preventing me from even opening Blender. And come on, you gotta admit this is fire. Okay, even if I didn't properly learn anything on stream, there was no way I remembered anything after a month. I was kinda held up by Irma's code for a few hundred hours, but now that I'm almost done that, I can work on the actual animation. I only have 5 more days to learn Blender, edit together a teaser, continue editing the full debut video, finish her code, and set up everything for her debut stream. Not to mention, I probably want to get this teaser out in 3 days, so there's some time to at least announce the stream. It'll probably be fine though. Besides, I can do the boring thing of looking at tutorials now.
Okay, let's make a new scene. Space scene tutorial for beginners.
Like I said before, this animation is taking place in space, and to set this scene, I want to start on the moon with this beautiful shot of the Earth. To pull this off though, I obviously need to model the Earth and the moon, and at first I was going to model the entire moon, but since we're standing directly on it, the terrain should have enough detail to look polished from ground level. Thankfully, in my search, I realized how dumb it would be to try and make the moon with that much detail in its entirety, and instead I decided to go with only a section of the moon.
Oh, this is crazy big though. 2.4 gigs? No, we should make a surface, kind of cavey, crevassey surface, because we're never going to actually see the moon in full. We're just going to see the Earth in full.
And with that realization out of the way, my attention shifted to a bigger concern, and it's that this environment is high-key ass. I originally did the stream because I wanted to reuse whatever I created on stream as the basis for her animation here. But with how poorly I made everything, there was just no way I could reuse anything.
This guy's tutorial of making space scenes. So, comes over, toggles scene world? What the fuck is this?
Right off the bat with this first tutorial, I was heading off in a much better direction. I still had 0 fundamentals, but I was learning what I needed, one step at a time.
Oh, shader editor. Here we go. And world. There we go. Distance into color. Okay, color ramp. Oh, reverse to 2. Okay, there we go. We have some stars, I guess. Oh, that's pretty convincing, I'm not gonna lie. Look at that. This is already way better of a night sky. What the fuck? Not even 10 minutes into this and we're doing so much better than we created the space scene from before. I'm telling you, man.
I had the option of adding a denser network of stars or gaseous masses like in the Milky Way band, but I didn't add them after playing around with them for a bit because I wanted the emptiness of the sky to invoke this sense of eeriness that you would normally get with space.
A little, just a little bit. Or no, we don't need to take down the scale there, but we can take it down from here. Give us a little bit less stars. Something like that. That's good.
So far, so good. I'm starting to put together a proper space environment with this hyper-specific tutorial, but maybe I should have spent some time on a general introduction tutorial, because it would have made navigating all of these menus and shortcuts so much easier.
So it's always showing the compositor. Okay, there we go. Got us a bit of a glow on that one. We can decrease or increase the strength and the saturation of it. This is my example cube right now. Look at it glow. Look at the light on it. It really does look like it's in space.
But honestly, I think Blender just needs a more intuitive UI.
Can I put you away? Is it like Control N or something? No. Shift N? Alt N? Well, I guess that lives up there now.
And you know what? No, I don't want to go back to general tutorials because this is way more fun and I couldn't afford to burn out with so little time left.
There is our image right there. Pretty convincing. I would say this is definitely a space scene right now.
Anyways, now that I know how to set up a basic space scene, it's time to get back to setting up my models, starting with the Earth model I downloaded on stream.
If I have this here, wow, look at that. It's already super cool. Look at that. This is a cool fucking shot. But there's still more we can do to make this look better, right? We can give it a bigger atmosphere. And again, we can play around with camera settings to make this look more in the distance as opposed to hyper detailed like we all have it right now. How can I give it an atmosphere? This atmosphere can make you slightly bigger. Yes, I can. Let's give this a quick render just to see what it looks like right now. Oh shit. Look at our Earth. Is that not? That is so good. Oh yeah. Look at that. That's some good shit right there.
My initial impressions were, as expected, pretty high. I mean, how can you blame me when this is one of the first models I've ever downloaded? But even then, I still had a lot of nitpicking to do, which, as I edit this video, I noticed I did for every single one of my renders.
Because from this view, it's very different, right? Especially with Mongolia. Over here is pitch black. Over there is very, very light. Oh no, we'll have to adjust that in post.
I start out super amped out about a result, then slowly gaslight myself into thinking it's the worst thing ever. But for now, that's a future me problem. My next task was to get something for the moon, and upon searching for some tutorials, I found some inspiration along the way.
Oh, I like this a lot. Wait.
I originally had some super unrealistic ideas for my very first scene that probably needs more time than I have to pull off here. But after seeing that preview, I changed my plans, and after looking through 4 different tutorials, I picked out the ones that I liked the most.
I think between them, these two are the best ones, but I'm specifically gonna give this one a try. Please say you still exist, please say you still exist. Let's download 15 and see what's inside of it. Oh, half a gig. Oh my god, look at that. Isn't that cool? Isn't this just cool? Okay, which ones do we have? We have the each of the diffuse, they're telling us how to use it, but is this a sample of each one? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, 12. Oh, 12 is good actually. A valley could go pretty hard. Crater large, crater small. I'm gonna go with the larger crater.
These tiles are the basis for my moon, and thankfully the tutorial and assets make it super easy to make. At least that would be the case if I knew a thing or two about Blender.
Subdivide, I don't know the shortcut for subdividing. Control R in edit mode. Oh, edit mode. Oh, now I can right click it.
And maybe a general tutorial would have taught me that Blender doesn't use GPUs by default.
Mental in the Cycles render engine. This is not available in Eevee.
Oh, okay, it's not available in Eevee, that explains it. I'll switch to Cycles for now. I don't know the difference between the two, but I can always switch back later. Right now, this is just for optimization, right?
No! God, please, no! No!
Oh my god. Can I use GPU compute? Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
And for the next hour, I would switch to Cycles and not know setting it to GPU compute does not in fact mean I'm using the GPU to compute.
Ooh, okay. Look at our moon here. Something about it is not right. It is off the map. Oh, I'm stupid because this is supposed to be an under height. There we go. Oh, what the fuck is going on? Oh, wait, no, this is good. This is what I wanted.
All things considered though, this is going pretty well. At least that was up until this happened.
I just want to take a screenshot. Just want to see the image, man. I think I might have killed it. I'm gonna close Blender. It is borked. I don't think I saved the project either, so we'll need to remake it. However, this time I do know what I'm doing, so it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, well, we need to restart. That's fine.
Yep, that's about 2 hours of work down the drain. I'm so used to DaVinci Resolve autosaving all the time that I didn't think of saving once this entire time. But thankfully, I actually paid attention to what I was doing and was able to recite my way back in about 10 minutes or so and just kept going.
Meh, Node Wrangler. Control T, do I have Node Wrangler? I don't think so. Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, yes. Oh, this is gonna be so cool, man.
After remembering to save the project this time, it's time for an actual render.
Okay, it's loading the stuff. It's tessellating the mesh. I can't even bring up Task Manager. It's chugging so hard. Is putting everything into RAM? VRAM's not having issues. My CPU is struggling. the fucking earth is there. Well, I thought we hit this. Oh, disable for renders. Okay. Alright, this is gonna take fucking forever. So, anyways, I'm gonna return when this finishes rendering to save some compute and to make sure that I have enough disk space to continue recording.
So I had my one allowed meal a day to eat my canned beans. There's no time, okay? And came back after an hour to 6 frames. A whole hour for 6 frames. By my calculations, to finish this 24 FPS, 20-second video, it would take me over 3 days to finish. That's more time than I even have, and there's no shot this is how long it actually takes to do renders normally. Otherwise, movies would never get made. But do you remember how I said setting it to GPU compute does not actually mean everything is using the GPU? Apparently, you still also have to set your preferences to use the correct GPU driver. That's why everything was being put into RAM instead of VRAM, my CPU was chugging instead of my GPU, and why my viewport was so pixelated all the time. There were also a bunch of other optimizations I enabled from Blender Guru's video on optimization. And yeah, that's the same guy that also made the donut tutorial.
Okay. Oh, this is so much faster. Look at it go. And we no longer have to keep constructing the fucking scene every time. Okay, I will see you when this is finished.
And with that, instead of waiting for several days, it finished in about 17 minutes.
Let's go, we're done. Okay, project settings, this is gonna be 1920 by 1080 and it's gonna be 24. Okay, perfect, so that's my usual default. It's like familiar territory now. There we go. So we have one 5-second clip now. If we check it out in full and begin. Oh, that is so sick to look at. So cool.
I gotta admit, this looks pretty awesome, even looking at it now. And I'm someone who criticizes their own past work quite a bit. But this one holds up pretty well, and I definitely felt that in the moment because I was so hyped up to work on the next scene. I thought to myself that the biggest learning curve was already past me, that everything from here on would just be the same thing, just with a few more objects.
But whatever we do now, it'll be a lot less intensive, but it should still, it's going to be a lot harder because we have a lot more props to play around with.
But oh boy, let me introduce you to Dunning-Kruger.
Which one are we going to use? It's either the valley or one of the plains. Doesn't seem correct. If I come over into object mode, kinda looks like it. Not really though. It's just a texture. What's going on here? This displacement does not seem right.
Right off the bat, I was already failing at creating another moon tile. I did the same thing as before, trying to go off of memory. So maybe I just missed a step.
Let's add a displacement and check it out. There we go, right? Yes, okay, this seems about right. So if I hide that away, I mean, this just becomes flat. I don't know what's up with this. I mean, all of this looks right, especially when compared to Material 01. This all looks correct. I don't know why ours look so different then.
I kept going in circles, thinking I'm on the right track, but the track led me right back to the start and I forgot I've even been there, so I take the same track again and again and again.
Okay, and we hit render image. Holy shit, how much RAM is it committing? 80 gigs? 90 gigs? Brother, there's no way. What is going on here? For a single image? What happened? What the fuck? Boom, boom. This is our image. For some reason, our displacement map is not applying correctly.
Clearly something wasn't working. I thought maybe the displacement was just really small, so I tried cranking up all the values, but it never worked with just adaptive subdivision, which is what I needed for that non-low poly look. I compared everything to the first tile I made, and even now I couldn't really tell the difference.
Okay, maybe not 15. 15's a bit much. Isn't this the plane? What am I looking at? I thought I was looking at the plane. Oh no, this is the correct texture. But then what confuses me is that plane 02 over here, the modifiers for this, it only has this. Like look, we have clear heights and everything to it with this as its material 01. If I remove this from the height, then it just becomes flat like that. the roughness with the normal map with the displacement. This one, displacement. I'm trying to compare the differences. I don't see any. Why is it so fucking flat?
Maybe this mesh is just cursed. So I deleted it and tried to recreate the first tile, following the tutorial again, before swapping the textures for my new tile.
Color into roughness, color into diff. And it doesn't work. What the fuck? I just don't get it. Why does this not work? Oh well, man. Guess it is what it is.
Okay, so maybe it's a texture problem. I'm gonna try something else.
And there we have it. I think I'm gonna go with the canyon instead. This seems a lot better in my opinion. By comparison to the field just feels a little bland.
And that's not copium, I swear.
And yeah, this is the kind of feel that I was trying to get. Something like this will come up closer to the edge here, because I do want the camera to give a sense that the Earth is massive. Insert keyframe. Holy God. It's like it doesn't want me to do it. There we go. Holy God. I don't know why that was so hard. I also want to change the focus to take some time to focus on the Earth as well.
And with everything in place, it's time to render. Except that would be too easy now, wouldn't it?
And the Earth looks too flat. It needs more of a haze around the volume. And I think this is where we can start to edit it a little bit, because I don't know. It just doesn't look as impressive. The Earth itself, I need the atmosphere to be a little bit bigger. 5% bigger is quite a bit, actually. What the hell? But if I feather it out, because is this a volume? This should be a volume, right? I'm hoping that it is a volume. Oh, shoot. I don't think it is.
So instead of being happy with the results that I already have, I decided to make a few more tweaks to the Earth. And instead of learning how volumes work to make one edit that I wanted, I decided to remodel the entire Earth from scratch. Because I hate generalist tutorials, and I've got too much time on my hands.
Yes. Like I'm unable to move forward because I can't scroll. Yes, 50 meters big. That's a big boy right there.
Looking at the assets for this tutorial, I felt like I already knew what I needed to do. After all, how different could it really be from making the moon tiles?
Okay, I got it. So, literally the same thing as the moons. We're going to replace this principled BSDF with a diffused one. We're going to add a displace modifier as well for the bumps. Color goes into height, mid-level, let's put that to 0, and we'll keep this as 1. This goes into displace like so. Color on this map comes into here. The night, we leave that for now. And the roughness, the normals, we don't know just yet. But for the color of clouds, maybe I can put this on volume. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. We'll see. But what does this look like now? Nothing really, but...
As I'm about to find out, this is nothing like the moon tiles, and I've got a lot to learn.
Oh, okay. Sure. We're plugging color into the height map of a displace node. Let me change this to be principled. I don't know what the difference between the different BSDFs are besides the properties that they have. I don't know how they play into it. Ooh, there we go. Because yeah, I scaled everything up, right? So I need to scale this up as well.
This is when I started to learn Blender is more than just plugging images onto a mesh. There's levels to this shit. Like, this is just coding, but for visuals. We're using fucking bitmaps for textures now.
Okay, so it's a little bit different because we don't want the ocean to also have textures on it.
And it doesn't help that I skipped all the basics and have to take a detour to figure out what shortcut he used to pull up the nodes and menus out of his ass.
Oh, add. Okay.
Like, on God, even if it's boring as hell, this is why you shouldn't skip the fundamentals.
Oh, okay. I can only access it like that. Sure. Okay. 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 Okay.
And it may seem like I'm okay right now, but trust me, I won't be for long.
And we also need to take the alpha and put into the alpha. Right? No? Boom, BSDF, connect to you. Mix. I said mix. Mix. Oh my god, fine.
At least for now, I can find comfort in the little victories.
Oh, look at that. It has some proper, like, volume to it now. Oh. The blue still looks a little bit intense though, I will not lie. I think it needs to be deeper. Not deeper, but darker, right? Should be absorbing some of the light. Like that. This is much better. Mine's doesn't exactly look like his. Oh, wow. It is actually massive.
Because without these little victories, I might just go insane with all these stupid little mistakes that are piling up on top of each other, slowly deviating my project from his to the point where I can hardly even follow along. And I didn't even notice their issues until way later.
Oh yeah, that's good. I don't know why we're getting this black banding. It shouldn't be the case. We shouldn't be clipping into the ground, but it seems like something's wrong here. I think I might have forgot something. This doesn't even look right. What am I looking at? This looks like I'm looking at a different plane. Oh, because I'm rendering the field and the canyon. Let's see if this changes. It looks fine. It looks normal. But it does look flat.
And for all the effort that I'm putting into it, it's not even much of an improvement from what I had before. I was remodeling the Earth because I wanted to give the atmosphere a bit of a glow, a bit of a gradient as it fades into space. And so far, I haven't even gotten any of that. Until now.
Yes, okay, that's the big thing that I was trying to find. That feathering out of the atmosphere so it's not just hard will do us so good.
And little did I know that this is where my entire experience with Blender so far is about to get flipped on its head.
Now let's duplicate the render layer, and in this render layer I'm gonna keep the glare enabled, but I'm gonna disable the earth. Then go to view layers, the denoising data is checked.
Sure, glare. What? Why? I'm so confused. Why? What the fuck does that do? I mean, it looks very earthly now, but I don't see the outer layer at all. Oh, maybe because I shouldn't have deleted the old one. I don't see shit. I don't know why this rendered layer has nothing in it.
Like, I get that this isn't meant to be a complete beginner's tutorial, especially with the usage of all of these shortcuts and nodes that he assumes that you already know. But this one cut fucking derails the entire tutorial. I'm only seeing this now in post that he checks this missed option but never mentions it. I don't know if this is actually part of my issue, but here's the other thing about tutorials. Every project is different, and if you're following blindly, you can't fix an integration issue just by watching the tutorial any harder. So here I am at the end of the road with his video and my fucking sanity. I've just had this magical thing called render layers dropped on my head and I've got no clue what it does. Everything after this builds on top of the fact that he gets his denoising data thing out of thin air. And while this works perfectly fine for him, mine is just blank. So what the fuck can I do? The perfectly sensible thing to do is to watch a tutorial on render layers, but guess who's on their generalist tutorial hitting arc? This guy. So I spent the next God knows how many hours learning how to use render layers, the compositor, and all of that through trial and error. And let me tell you, that's fucking stupid. Just so we're on the same page, let me try to explain render layers to you. In a basic scene, you render out all of your objects in a single image as the camera sees it. However, you can also choose to hide some of your objects during render time by unchecking these boxes. This affects it for this image, but we can simultaneously render another image from this same perspective, but with different objects, hidden or shown. All these objects are shared between render layers since they all belong to the same scene, but what they see is different, and thus the image they produce is different. But we can also take this another step further and render specific data, such as the amount of light being reflected, for example. Each of these can be treated as a different image, and the compositor is where you take all of these images and effectively combine them together into a final image. What the tutorial I'm following is trying to do is to render an earth that you'll actually see in the final image, and to render another slightly bigger earth whose shape we'll use to fill in with blue and add a blur so the edges are fade. And yeah, that works, I guess, but only for his specific case of a close-up shot in the day with no obstructions. I've got stars in the sky I need to mask back in. I've got a moon in front of the earth, and I'm nowhere near close enough for a shot like this. So a lot needs to change, and my answers were not going to be found in this tutorial. In fact, I don't even think I could find my answers in any tutorial, but I've got no choice but to leave tutorial hell and actually problem solve on my own.
Okay, well, whatever. I probably messed it up, so let's just take the albedo instead as the value. There we go. Same thing anyways, I guess. What? Where did this even come from? Oh, there's blurred image as a factor. Oh, shit. Yeah, but my denoising depth has nothing. What the fuck? Let's just put it on denoising depth for now. Christ, man. This is fucked. How did he switch that view? Oh. By coming to here, and this is my denoising albedo. How can I change the blur to be the other direction? Like, look how big it is on the image. Look how hard his is. Now look at mine.
And that's not the only battle I was fighting either. My attention was strained across figuring out render layers, compositing, and diagnosing whatever fucking disease my model has incurred.
Now, if we were to zoom out and check it out, what does it look like? Ugh. It's so blue. Also, why does it look like it's green? Oh, I forgot to uncheck this and then come over to viewport over here. Make sure that only this one is checked. And that's why. That's fucking, I'm so stupid, man. I'm actually so stupid. I forgot to add main. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, okay. It would be like this. This is what I want. Let's flip it around. Okay. This reduces it down, but let me bring this down to like 100. No. This could work. This could have worked. We just need to render this out separately. Oh, let me cook. Let me cook. Okay. I think I'm fixing my problems here. Oh my god, man. This is so annoying though. Yes, I need this, but I need to exclude the moon as well as the earth. And so I need a UV map for the earth. Now, I know how to do this now. I need to come over to layers and I need to also include the UV. So for earth, I need to include the UV. Take this, put it into a less than. Oh, there we go. Fucking finally. I was gonna say this is fucked because now the background, the sky background, is overlaying on the fog and trimming that off. But what we can do is add, I guess, color ramping, or we can add some blur to it. Oh, or am I stupid? We literally have this right here. There we go. We have our earth with our super faint fucking glow.
All that work just for a blue tint. The shit I do sometimes.
Although it would be nice if this bottom part also got affected by the light. What other options do we have inside of the render outputs? I saw something about light. Perhaps I could scale it up. And then depending on the lightness, we also use that as the map. Okay. Oh, look. There it is. We have light casting and we have the values for that, and we can cast that onto the atmosphere. If we just size it up a little, we should now have Difter. Let's put this into scale and then use this image to cast a shadow or to multiply against this. And there we go. Okay, you can see it's kind of gone here. However, we have this banding over here. Why do we have this banding? Okay, no. Don't use the multiply here. Use the multiply on the blur. It brings that band forward though. So no, it doesn't even go here either, because this defines where the color band should be, and then this defines where it gets cut off. And so this actually needs to come to here before this comes into here, and that can all disappear. What am I thinking? Thinking that this is not correct. Let me think, what the fuck am I trying to do here? After it's applied, after the color is created, I want to mask it out. So why the fuck am I doing this here when this should actually be used over here? So after we create the color, I want to mask out the color. The black part is masked out. I want to extend out the black part so that it also covers multiply. If it's white but it's black here, it's gonna be black. The black part's on the outside. Honestly, that's fine because this should cover it, right? We want to multiply them together. What the hell is this screen? No, we want to multiply them together. This is gonna come into here, and we're going to use this as the faction here, as well as the action here. Oh my god, I did it. Oh my god, look. I hate this. Look at how disorganized this is. Like, what the fuck is this spaghetti code? But look at it. Look how good this is. Oh my god, fucking finally.
And that might have seemed quick, but that was actually 20 minutes of thinking right there. There's a lot you don't see behind the scenes.
Fuck man, this is so fidgety.
But if you want to see more of what I get up to behind the scenes, come check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/@mylimit_.
Look at this fucking mess. It's my mess though. I did also fix up some of the post-processing after combining all the images, and this is kind of what it looks like. The glare here is actually going to be placed on top of the glare here. You can see a little bit of scattering on the side, and we have the nice atmosphere with a little bit of spillover. I'm so impressed with how I've taken the guy's tutorial and fixed up so much of the stuff for my use case at least. I was also playing around with some of the camera work now. Just check this out. Tell me that's not gas. Tell me that's not gas.
Can you tell it's late? Because it's getting hella late. I stayed up till 5 AM constantly checking the render and making small adjustments to the composition. But was it all worth it?
Okay, new day, new year even. Literally just woke up, but it did finish rendering. I had to make some changes to a lot of the render settings because of how long it would have taken for this to finish rendering. It took probably 11 minutes per frame, and that probably would have taken 2 days to export, which is not ideal for us. So I ended up changing a lot. I put a time limit of 30 seconds, fixed the dicing, reduced the subdivisions, all that kind of stuff, as well as optimized the scene a little, and I ended up finishing in about 6 to 8 hours. I don't know. I literally woke up like after 8 hours. It does look like just two images that are sliding over each other, but you know what? That's okay.
No, of course it wasn't worth it. But you know what? I learned a lot, and I can always fix it later. Right now though, I've got 2 more scenes to make. I'm 13 hours in at this point, and with how much time that I've spent on the last scene, I'm now preparing for the worst. No more remodeling stuff from scratch, especially since now I need a satellite. Sure, what I have in mind is more low poly, but it would save me so much more time if I could just find a model online.
This one also looks pretty decent, pretty similar to what I had in mind, but these cost money. What? It's supposed to be free. We have some NASA satellites here. This one looks pretty good. Oh, I see a perfect spot for a screen right there. Oh, this looks a lot more promising. Ooh, dawn as well. Throwback to Jay Eisen maybe. I might honestly take the panels of this one and the body of this one, kind of merge the two, because this one has such a nice surface for me to put like a panel on. This one not so much. I also just don't like the stubby panels sides of this one versus this one being the one that traditionally fans out like that. Yeah, I might just combine the two really. What can I do with you? Proto layer, layer 1, mesh 1, and we have all of the materials for it. Okay, so we can paint this. There we go. This one is much smaller actually. Oh, nice. We should be able to disable the body itself and keep the individual satellite wings. Yeah, okay. Let's just remove everything that's on the outside. So we're just left with this. Here we have the solar faces, right? Let's remove some of the solar faces. That gets rid of all the texturing on it, sure. But we still need to get rid of the physical parts of the model. So let's come over to edit mode and see if we can lop it off. If I could just select these points and delete those. Yeah, I could do this. Just slowly edge out all the portions. And now we can delete all of this. Also, why am I doing it in this screen? I like can't see for shit in this screen. Here we go. Now I can actually see. Is this in radians or what the fuck is this? What? Oh, it's using quadrillion. Axis angle. XYZ Euler. There we go. What do you look like now? Pretty decent.
So far, Frankensteining the satellites has been going pretty smooth. I mean, besides the confusing construction of each model. I still don't really understand how pivots work, and I don't really know why there's a million materials here, but I managed. But right now, I want to make some edits to the texture of the satellite, since these solar panels don't really look like solar panels.
Here's the texture. Let's go edit this texture or apply a shader to it. Anything that is not white, I would like to change the color of it. The color of it, I want it to be used as a mask. I believe it would be this. Under fraction, and we apply our color like so. And then we would mix them like so and into here. Okay. Well, it's close, but not exactly what I was looking for. Okay, maybe I should also use this less than parameter on this fraction. That looks a lot better, but now it's applying to the backside as well, which is not exactly what I want. Or decrease the threshold, that way we get some detail back. Yes, this seems to be good. We're only coloring the solar panels and nothing else here. Solar panels look like this though, which is not the prettiest, I would say. Where the fuck is the actual solar panel? Like, we only see the circuitry. Did I delete it by accident? Because it looks like these are supposed to be what the panels look like. But instead, we're getting this. I want to try to... How can I use a region as a texture for this? Can I select parts of it? Because this is mapped on somewhere. Oh, UV editing. Where the fuck is this used in? Okay. Click on you. You're behind? It's supposed to be on this side. The fuck? It's supposed to be on the back side here, but it's not appearing. And these go unused. Yeah, I don't know why they aren't appearing then. Now we can try and move parts of it. I look at texture paint. Nothing. I think this UV part's broken. Maybe it's textured on the inside. I pull this out. Come back to texture paint. And then I look on the inside here. No, there's no texture here. I'm very confused why this doesn't exist.
Man, figuring this out feels like an eternity. I still had no clue how to work with textures or UVs. And what was I supposed to search? Why aren't my textures showing? That could be for a billion different reasons. So I kept monkey bashing my keyboard until something happened.
Okay, I'm gonna figure it out. Oh, what? What the fuck? We just got it back. What the fuck? Hold on a second. I don't even know what I did there. I just kept fucking around with it so much that it eventually came back. Okay, I don't know what I did, is the thing. Pull you, reset, pull you, reset, maybe that updates something. Oh, was it because this one doesn't have a map? Okay, hold on. Let's select these four, and let's open or use, which one is it? This one. Okay, I'm gonna go to layout. I don't know what I did. I'm gonna click on any other ones, okay. Wait, maybe I need to select this one as the actual texture for it. Because these ones all go shiny panel, right? Oh, maybe if I hit a sign? Oh my god. That's it. That's it. Boom. We have our solar panels. Oh my god, finally. Why was that so much harder than it needed to be?
With the bulk of the satellite now complete, all that's left is to add a custom video panel. I've never added a video in Blender before, so I searched up a tutorial. Unfortunately, the first result was pretty out of date, but the menus looked similar, so I thought otherwise. Thankfully, it was intuitive. Just use a movie as an input to the shader. But it doesn't help that I still used a background plane instead of a normal plane. Then I gave it a little stand, which nobody's gonna notice, and it also put the screen at a weird angle. So now working with the camera later to focus on it will also make it a little bit more awkward. Yay. But with the satellite now complete, I can now move on to setting up the scene.
It just looks really weird right now with the particle system. I'm just hoping it does get cleaned up after the render. This is kind of what we have. A little too dark and a little too noisy still. So I'm gonna get rid of the 30-second limit here. Maybe I just need more samples for my volume. Honestly, this even looks better than whatever the fuck I'm getting right now. No, it's definitely not that. It has to be the clouds then. Yes, the clouds. The clouds look so weird for some reason. Wait, why don't I just use the texture itself? Diffusion, BSDF. The color will be taken from the image and the BSDF will be the surface. It looks a little noisy in some places. I use this parameter for thickness. We start to get some tearing like in that case. 0.1 is fine. How about 0.15? And we start to get some tearing now. Okay, I'll keep it like this then. Let's see what we get. What? My composition's a little off. Alright, let's copy paste this, but this is going to be different. You know what? Let's see what that looks like. If I get rid of the atmosphere, because it's the interplay between the atmosphere and the glare that makes it so the atmosphere doesn't actually blend properly because there's this proper band where they're rendered differently. It will affect the color quite a bit, but maybe it's fine. Now let's play around with these values a little bit. Oh, okay. Why is the earth so dark? I don't remember it being this dark. Why is it literally just black? Like what happened to the fucking... What? Oh, the clouds. Yep. Like this? Alpha into a principled. There we go. Oh my god. So much harder than it needed to be. Let's get back in position then. I believe we were here. Still looks black and white, but maybe this is better. Okay, wow, I really like how the clouds come across in this one and the terrain, but the atmosphere sucks ass. So let's fix that really quick.
After mostly fixing up the Earth, I went ahead and made a proper video for the satellite. Nothing fancy really, just a mock stream where I reintroduced J.E. before cutting the signal.
Anyways, we've been streaming for yeah, J.E. has been out of commission for probably half of that. I'm sorry about that, but I want to make it up to all of you, and I think you've all waited long enough. So, J.E., why don't you say it? J.E., more like.
And after replacing the footage on the screen, I started animating the entire scene.
This is where our camera position is, and this is the focal length. I need this to basically come into the scene, basically kissing the fucking camera. So I'll have it start over here and then pivot from something, probably empty plane axes, and move everything into here. I'm gonna call this satellite. So you go into here. How the fuck do I use this? Because I want to combine all of these together. You parent them by selecting the children objects first, then the empty active object. Okay, there we go. Now let's come over to our timeline and let's start keyframing this. The main one is you. So this object is the parent. If I were to key map all of you, we can move this forward, say 2 seconds into the scene. That would be 48-ish. That's when I want it to actually appear in front of our camera, like so. And then all the way out towards the end of the scene, we're gonna have it move further and further out. Okay. And we're also going to pivot it and even shrink it down just to give it that extra sense of scale. So now it'll look like it comes swooshing past our camera, and as it moves away, it gets extremely small the further and further it goes away. I do kind of want to modify it a little bit because I want this to be even closer to the camera than it already is. Move the locations, that is like basically covering the screen, like so. Yes, okay. And then we can play around with the sliders or the curves in order to make it faster or slower. We have a lot of fucking curves here, actually. I mean, actually, no, it makes more sense if it's slower to decrease the further away it is, because that's how scale works. But let's just see how this works. We can always change it. So let's see how this goes. That curve is pretty freaking weird. I think it drops way too fast. What the fuck?
It took longer than expected because my scroll wheel was broken, parenting is unintuitive, and the spline curves differed for each axis, making the flight path really weird at times. But eventually, I got my final scene.
Okay, I just had a fix on my monitor because it was dying for some reason. But we finished the render after a long wait, probably like 2-ish hours. But here's what we have. I'm not going to put in the audio just yet because the audio is going to transition between scenes and I don't want to have to add those later. But this is what we have right now. Pretty cool if I do say so myself. I quite like that. With the texture that almost is apparent with the clouds here, as well as the subtle variations across the sky, and as well as the stars in the back. Oh my god, this is really nice to look at.
Really nice indeed. Except that took me 6 hours. Time was seriously running out and I needed to finish this last scene as well as editing in the next couple hours or this wasn't releasing on time. So I decided to mute up and lock in. Thankfully, the next scene was pretty simple. No new models, no crazy camera work. Just the camera panning over the satellite to focus on the screen. I removed the atmosphere from the earth to fix the colors and retexture the solar panels since it was so grainy. I will say I did struggle a lot with editing the texture directly in Blender. The set of tools available makes it feel like a worse version of Microsoft Paint, but I definitely think I'm missing something here. With the skills that I had, I just couldn't retexture the satellite directly in Blender, and I had to move it over to Photoshop. The final result still isn't what I wanted, because the original version was just too low resolution, but it's honestly good enough. By the end of 22 hours, I finished rendering all my scenes, and over the course of the next 2 hours, I finished editing in DaVinci Resolve, adding the sounds, title effects, and cleaning up any imperfections. Okay, sure, I spent 24 hours and 44 minutes on this, so sue me. But for my first actual 24 hours in Blender, I am so proud of what I managed to accomplish.
Okay, after 24 hours, I think we're done cooking. This was a lot easier to edit than my normal videos because, well, everything was already done inside of Blender, right? So, without further ado, check this shit out. We've been streaming for almost a year now. Yeah, Jay Eisen has been out of commission for probably half of that. I'm sorry about that, but I want to make it up to all of you, and I think you've all waited long enough. So, Jay Eisen, why don't you say a few words? Jay Eisen? More like. Honestly, that's sick. That's actually pretty freaking sick.
Could I have been more efficient with my learning? Yes. Is that important? No. I learned that, as a beginner to any skill, you can't expect to do things right the first go around. This isn't a gacha game where you can just re-roll your account when things aren't optimal. You don't need to watch every "if I had to start over" advice video, because chances are the experts started by fumbling around as well. That isn't to say general tutorials aren't important, but also don't burden yourself with them for the sake of completion. What's important is that you're having fun, not burning out, and you're returning. For me, that means working on projects that I actually care about, learning about concepts that I'm curious about. As I made the rest of this debut video, I thought some sections would be easier with Blender, so I made them in Blender. I later wondered how to actually fade a volume and learned all about volumes. I'm not going to be a professional anytime soon, but that was never my goal. In the end, I'm learning at the pace that I want to learn at, and I found my way of doing so without fear of burnout. With all that being said, I really enjoyed my time learning Blender, and will be continuing to learn it as I continue toward my goals in the future. I know this is a pretty different video from what I normally do, but if you enjoyed and want to see me do more side quests like this, leave a like and a comment with what I should try learning next. Maybe learning to edit videos faster could be a good start. It's probably taking me nearly 200 hours to complete this one at least, and with Irma finally debuted, I can start making videos covering the last several hundred hours of work that I've been doing behind the scenes. Trust me, I've got a lot I want to share, so subscribe to not miss out on those. Also join the community Discord of fellow nerds building AI VTubers and doing other cool things, link down below. Anyways, I'm gonna get up and out of your way now. Thanks for watching.